Brad. Guess what? It's Hoagie Review time. We're back. 304 Hoagie Reviews. We're back for more in the 304, doing more for the 304, chewing more for the 304. Come on over here, guys. Let's get over here in front of the sign. I'm going to try to get it in the frame. We got two special guests today. Two special guests, Brad. We have Andrea Kerr, Joe Shuttleworth, both from the city of Bridgeport. And, you know, once these videos started coming out, the requests started coming in like crazy. It was, the floodgates were open, the requests came in, and I have to say that the #1 request for the Clarksburg area, now we're in Summit Park technically, but this is still a Clarksburg, you know, neighborhood, was Tubby's. And I'm sorry to say, I've never eaten at Tubby's before. I've heard a lot of good things. But so Andrea tells me that she goes to church up the street. You drive by the place and decided to stop by and eat. And what was the steak hoagie the first thing you got, or what, you know?
Steak hoagie, yes, was the first thing I got. It was absolutely delicious. Been back a few times since. Have tried other things, but always come back to the steak hoagie.
Always come back to the steak hoagie. Joe, she drug you here. Are you convinced?
I've been here before, but we come over for lunch every once in a while. And
okay.
Yeah, the steak hoagies are pretty.
Hoagies are pretty good. Now, you guys made me try a little bit of bruschetta before we came out. Didn't want to eat too much, trying to keep the palate clean. But we tried a little bruschetta, and I'm going to tell you what, the Italian dressing on the bruschetta was unbelievable. The bread was fresh, it was toasted, the cheese was melted. This is not a bruschetta review though, Brad. This is a hoagie review. It's time to get to business. 304 Hoagie Reviews, United Way of Harrison and Doddridge counties. Brad, it's time.
Let the bite begin.
Oh, let the bite begin. We're gonna move up a little bit. We got some friendly bees that smell our hoagies here. We're gonna move away a little bit here, but Brad, look at this hoagie. Now, I did ask, it is D'Annunzio's bread. That's one of the first things I care about. What's the first thing that stands out to you guys?
Cheese, melted cheese.
I like the melted crispy cheese on the outside.
Oh, the cheese pool, Brad. They're describing the pool. It's a molten lava flow of mozzarella. I wish we met Kathy and Tony a few minutes ago, but you know, I didn't ask him if it was a mozzarella provolone blend. We'll try to figure that out as we taste it. I see a few peppers sticking out. It's a beautiful looking hoagie, Brad. Beautiful looking hoagie.
Get another look at that.
Let the bite begin.
Now listen, I know some people like their cheese on the bottom.
Yeah?
Not so much me.
Really?
I like it flowing.
An anti-bottom cheeser, Brad.
Yes.
This is the first anti-bottom cheeser I've ever encountered.
Yes,
well,
yes,
I said
yes.
both cheese, so let's see how this turns out.
Okay.
Cheers. Mmm. Oh, Brad.
The peppers are good.
The peppers are really good.
Wow, look at those.
There's
The
bottom
onion.
cheese, but it's really light. See,
Yes.
it's light on the bottom cheese. It's like just enough to keep the seal,
Oh,
but not too much to overload it.
it's yellow cheese on the bottom. Yes.
And it seems
I
like
never
they
even
like
noticed
the American on the bottom,
Right.
and the Mons on the top.
Helps support the cradle as well.
The cradle's in great shape, Brad. If you notice, they've layered the thin pieces of steak in there, and they're bent in the cradle. Have you ever driven through like Sidling Hill in Maryland, and you see like the layers of the earth? Like, that's what this cradle looks like. It's like a cutaway of Sidling Hill. Let's put that in the video. That'd be pretty cool.
The steak is nice and thin. Lots of steak, but nice and thin. I'm liking it.
You're right. It's very, like, I feel like there's 10 slices.
10 slices, but
Of
they're
thin
nice
steak.
What I
thin.
like in a hoagie is a little crunch on the outside, but it's soft in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that bread, you know, that's what I always say, especially for the hoagie restaurants that are going to get rated in the future, that if you have local bread, you're starting a 1/10 of a point higher. So, you know, knowing this is D'Annunzio's, knowing it's fresh, like Joe said, it's got the crunch on the outside, but it's delicate, it's soft. This is a good hoagie, guys.
This is a really good hoagie.
I'm having a hard time here. I'm having a hard time. Usually, when I go to the guests, oh, check this bike out, Brad. Look at this little thing. That's pretty cool. Sorry, the attention just goes wild. All right, Brad, usually, you thought I lost my place, but I didn't. Don't doubt me, Brad. All right, usually when I have guests, I'm like, oh, what's their score? Okay, get it over with. We've had a couple 10s, these rookie scores, people being totally biased out of nowhere. I want some good, honest people with some integrity. That's why I went straight to the city of Bridgeport.
That's right. And Joe and I are not rookies.
Okay, Andrea and Joe are not rookies.
All right. Time.
Well, I guess the score will tell, Brad. I think it's about that time. While they're giving their score, I'm going to keep having about one more bites. But how about let's start with Joe. Joe,
I'm going
what
to
do
go
you give this hoagie?
with a 9.8.
Ooh, 9.8.
That's a good score. That's a good score.
It's a really good score. It's not a rookie score. What made you decide to give it such a high score? 9.8 is 0.4 of a point higher than the highest review so far.
Like I said, the cheese, perfect. I like that it was baked to perfection. I think, you know, I like a little crunch on the outside, soft in the middle. Steak's really good. Cheese is good.
I think it's a good review, man. It's a good review. I think you know what you're talking. He knows what he's talking about, Brad. He knows what he's talking about. Okay, Andrea Kerr.
Okay, so my initial thought right off the bat was a 9.6. 9.6 is my review. I agree with Joe, and I like the cheese on top. I like the cheese on the bottom. I think it's a great mix. The peppers taste awesome in this hoagie too.
9.6.
9.6.
9.6. That's a good score. She knows what she's doing, Brad. She knows what she's doing. Wow, I got to tell you, I'm through half a hoagie here. I'm having a hard time. I'm having flashbacks of Twin Oaks, flashbacks of Mia Margarita. I'm trying to like talk and meditate and think about what my tongue is telling me all at the same time. It's hard to do, Brad, but that's why they call me the hoagie expert.
That's right.
All right. I think I've settled on a new score, Brad. Oh, it's tough. Maybe I haven't settled, Brad. I'm in turmoil. My tongue is in turmoil. All right, one more bite.
That was a good bite.
Oh, man. Okay, Brad. We know what the scale is. We know where everybody's at.
1 to 10.
Oh, this is in the 9s. This is in the 9s. You know, right now we've got a couple people at 9.2, a couple at 9.3. We got 1.94. Is this good enough to tie the 9.4? Is this a 9.5? Is this a 9.6? You know, obviously I think 4 or 5/10 of a point for bias. So you can see where I'm at. You can see where I'm at. But I think I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna play it. You know, I try not to be political, but I feel like it's a true score. I'm gonna play it safe. I might have to give them a rematch once we get down to the top few hoagies. But as of right now, this is a tie. This is a dead even 9.4 with the previous best hoagie I've had on 304 Hoagie Reviews. This is a 9.4, Brad. Tied for first place. We got a 9.4 in Bridgeport. We got a 9.4 in Clarksburg. We got a battle of the borders going on again. We just can't help ourselves. That's a Hoagie Review, Brad. Thank you, guests. Thank you. That's a review, Brad.
Solid review.
This place is great.